Yeah, so that I'll suggest a distraction or something like that, and then we can sneak away.
Are we back? There we go. We're back. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Technical issues. You gotta love it. Good old, good old technical issues. Okay. So now we're back. All right. Yep. Cool. All right. We're good.
Okay, so as I was saying, I found a spot that we could uh, back over here where they bring the kegs out. If you crawl, we could fit through. Or maybe someone could make a distraction or something, and we can just sneak in there.
Can
And
I go over to the magistrate and speak to this person?
Okay. So you make your way over to the large man, and he's kind of got a little bit of flop sweat across his brow. He looks to be very very concerned as he's scribbling over some parchments, and he looks up. Oh yeah, great. Another one of you adventurers who's decided that you're trying to break through my soft line of defense that we have to try and protect the land, protect the people. What is it that I could do for another group of bloody rapscallions here today?
The magistrate. I can see that you too speak the Queen's English. I commend you, sir.
Yes,
This is a
quite.
proper way to speak. As we're speaking, man to man, Queen's English to Queen's English, I'm sure you can understand. With a man with stacks of paperwork in front of you, how busy we are, and how we just need to go through and continue our quest. Now, I'm sure you can overlook this rule that you seem to have about the number of people it takes to go through. I'm sure you can overlook that so we can just go on by.
The thing is that we have rules in place here. Rules to protect not just the people of Arcadia, but to protect the adventurers who are trying to go in to the ruins. It's very very dangerous. You see, I send you in at 5 at a time with a guide, with a guard who's going to gather you around to whatever it is that you seek to do here in the ruins. Should it be the desire to possibly help secure the situation by battling away the monsters, or if you are perhaps, which I believe some of your group that are there investigating the obelisk. The obelisk, very strange obelisk it is. But where's your fifth member? Do you not have this an individual with you? Why should I allow you to endanger yourself and endanger the lives of others? I mean, they would look at me and they would say, Magistrate Jobo, I don't think that what you are doing is the proper choice here, Magistrate. So I am the magistrate, sir. Like, what makes you special?
Let me tell you, magistrate. Let me speak to you again, man to man. As a person who recently there's been quite an emphasis on number of people in certain locations. I can tell you that less is indeed more. It's for safety, okay, and leadership, and maybe I can roll a persuasion check on you and see what does here.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say make a persuasion check. So that's wisdom.
Okay.
That's a
Yeah,
D.
am I rolling the standard D6 dice?
That's the D20.
D20 indeed.
And if you go into
oh no,
Uh-oh.
Bugger.
My fantasy grounds just crashed. Hold on. Ah!
oh no,
See?
F.
You gotta love technical difficulties.
Everything's crashing.
Bloody rapscallions.
Just say it's a 20 and get by anyway. you can have it on my word.
It's funny.
It's loading. Loading. Yeah, I was actually about to say, like, make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's had a kickback on my fantasy crimes, just loading it again myself.
When you were like, "This is the voice I was doing," I was like, "Oh no," because that's what I was gonna do for the magistrate. I was like, "Oh well, what the heck."
Mr. Mick Arcade, you do know that the Queen's English is spoken by many people.
This is true.
It's not a niche group. Conservatives.
Magistrate Jobo, he was.
Take this man on his word. And El, just so you know, when we get back in, if you go to the skills tab on the right-hand side of your character sheet, you should be able to double click on the skill modifier, and it'll automatically roll the d20 and put your modifier in.
Okay, there we go.
That way you don't have to do any math.
I have it back open now.
Now you may make your roll.
Well,
It kicked us all out.
Oh, it kicked you all out.
Damn it!
Yeah, we have to load back in.
Hold on.
As this is loading, Aeon turns to the magistrate and tries to make witty conversation.
Yes.
So the weather, bloody hell, it's been rather wet lately.
Oh, gee, it's the damnedest thing. I mean, the weather it's unbelievable. It's miserable. There's so much rain. I tell you that it is no good. Arcadia usually has beautiful weather. You know, beautifully done. It's wonderful, sunny, wonderful weather. But this weather is just atrocious.
It really is. I don't know how you sit out here with all these papers and this terrible weather. I mean, you know, if you need to complain to your union or something.
You know what? I'd have to say it is definitely not my party who is responsible for this horrible weather. This is the sort of weather that a liberal Democrat would choose to expose these people to.
Oh, liberal! Don't get me started.
I tell you what. Bloody rapscallions, a lot of them, you know. But you make do with what you have. As I am the magistrate, you know. I've come here and try and keep some order, keep some people alive. The shattering was a quite terrible event. It affected so many people very negatively, and I've got to say, I'm not a fan of it.
Oh well, at least we can agree on something. We can agree that both of our agendas is to stall for time and never answer a specific question.
Absolutely.
Definitely agree with you on your political stance.
Why would you ever give someone a straight answer when you could just talk in circles? It doesn't make any sense.
What?
I don't understand. I must say, good man. What is your name? Where do you hail from? Who'd you vote for?
It's Aeon, good sir. I come from Arcadia. You may have heard of me. I'm a folk hero. I think they say folk hero in these lands. You know,
yes, absolutely.
I'm fairly well known. You know, I find that you know, sometimes just speaking to the dead, you know, you get a lot more answers than from the living. You know, they're a lot more honest when they've got all the time in the world and a lot less to lose. It's rather peculiar.
Absolutely, my good man. If you're an Arcadian man, I definitely respect someone from Arcadia, but I just don't know if you're in the safe position in which I can let you into this. I don't know, my good man. Perhaps you seem as a stout fellow. You know, you seem a good fellow, but are you running a sort of program right now? Have you logged back in if there's such of a program?
Back in, my goodness. The word you say is perplexing, but indeed, you know, it is in progress of us making a decision here.
Indeed. Hold on.
It's helpful.
I'll tell you what. You know, okay, I'm gonna just roll the persuasion check for you. All right. Oh no. So you got a 7. Go ahead and give your best pitch to Magistrate Jobo.
Pitch. Oh,
appeal to his
Well,
good sensibilities.
Jobo, so as we've already discussed, rather personally, we can both agree that the weather is shocking. We can both agree that we speak the Queen's English. We can both agree that, numbers can be a bit arbitrary. And that you're stacked up with... What kind of paperwork are you struggling with here, sir?
Is really trying to assess the damage of the shattering itself. Try to understand. Put a number on the value of Siod and understand. I tell you what the problem was. Sir Jeremy of Corbin gave me this task when he made me magistrate.
Can I do something?
Yeah.
Sir Jeremy of Corbin.
Absolutely, he's a horrible man.
I'm standing,
watching these two men quibble. I sigh. I grow bored. I watch the little halflings scurrying around. I decide to cast Silent Image and create the illusion that we have a fifth with us. Nice, strong humanoid. And I say, gentlemen, our fifth has arrived.
Oh, no, see, why did you say, good sir? So, I understand, Aeon, that you're a brave, fine man of Arcadia, running off into danger, but your fifth has certainly arrived. I've let you through the hard barrier, the soft, it's more of a soft barrier where you can pass through, just have to inspect everything, make sure everything's well, but it appears that your fifth member has arrived, so therefore you may proceed, yes.
Oh, well, hopefully we could come to this arrangement.
Oh, of course. It's always a pleasure to meet a man who's of noble stature, and if I will report. I will speak of you well in my reports to Sir Jeremy of Corbin. Thank you very much for your time, sir. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, and you're absolutely not a bloody rapscallion.
Oops.
I'm sorry for this voice.
Good.
I didn't know that this is what Elle was gonna do for his character. So I thought about this earlier today. I was like, oh, the magistrate's gonna be Boris Johnson, and it's gonna be really funny. And then he's like, hey, guess what voice I'm doing? And I was like, son of a bitch. But I committed, and I was gonna see it all the way through.
That was excellent.
Good. That was good.
Thank you.
It's interesting.
Okay, so Magistrate Jobo signals to God.
Okay, they're the fifth. Please escort them into the ruins, and post haste.
All right. Yeah. Yes, sir. Gotcha. No problem. All right, you lot, follow me. We're going into the ruins. And he, the voice is Horace Slughorn. He heads towards the door of the tavern, leading out into the world.
So we're going.
I assume.
So I'll ask a question then. If the requirement is 5 groups of 5, how is your friend going to get in if he's only 1? Because we're leaving.
He can make echoes of himself and say he's a quintuplet. Fuck him. Let's go. We have the chance. Or we can wait. Or we can tell him about the keg hole.
For posterity's sake, we are just going with the fact that Westerly will appear when he is needed.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure this wasn't a plot point.
Yeah. No. It originally
just fuck Rance.
Yeah. No. So basically, like Aeon was gonna be like, "Don't worry, my friend is coming. He'll be here. Don't worry." And then when when violence arrived, we were just gonna be like, and Westerly appears! Because life gets in the way, folks. Sometimes you improvise.
Cool.
I stand back and let everyone walk behind our escort because I don't think my silent image can move. Hanging and letting the door actually open.
I'm going to sweep the ashes off the table into my bag and follow whoever.
I'm already following, but nobody noticed.
Okay, as you guys make your way out of the tavern, you see just what is left of the city of Siad. The great tower that was in the middle of the city is broken and essentially actively falling. There are stones and boulders that fall from it. The wall that surrounded the city is in complete ruins. It essentially looks like a bomb exploded from the middle of the city, and everything around it is affected. So many of the houses and shops and all the stonework, woodwork, everything is basically held together by splinters and hope, bubblegum, and popsicle sticks. It's a real mess. The guard continues his stride. From the tavern to the city is maybe 45, 50 yards, and he's just kind of walking steadily, not looking back at you as he's speaking. All right, that's right. You know, Siad was such a great city, and then that damn shattering happened, and I gotta say, we lost a lot of good men when all those damn monsters were floating about. And then the strangest thing was when that our obelisk appeared. The monsters seemed terrified of it, but nobody's been able to figure out anything at all. And nobody can get close, nobody can get quick to it. It's terrible. But, you know, God's praise you lot. You're brave enough to go into ruins. The magistrate didn't tell me, but what are you seeking? What are each of you trying to find in the ruins? Are you just another group of sellswords looking to slay some of the monsters in the Underdark?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of slang, a little bit of learning, really research. All it falls under is research.
I'm here for research too. I heard there was strange vegetation that appeared after the shattering.
Oh, yeah, the obelisk is covered in it. It's weird. I've never seen anything like it. It's like vines, but then there's this strange colour and strange... They pulse, and they don't seem to react to swords. It's very, very strange. Never seen anything like it before.
Where's the obelisk?
It's in the center of the city. It's where the tower was. It's where the High Council used to sit. So... Is that what you'd like to see? What about you? You there, handsome? What are you hoping to see?
Well, I have a question first. Do you know how many groups have gone through here and tried to look at this obelisk before?
Well, let's see. So what's today? Well, it's Thursday. It's a good day. I think since the obelisk showed up, we've only had about I don't know, 4 or 5 groups. 4 or 5 groups have gone in to see it. Nobody's really been able to figure out what it is or discover what it is. But about 4 or 5 groups, nobody's figured anything out. Nobody's figured out the vegetation. Nobody, it's got a strange pulsating energy. But nobody's, they can't figure it out. What about you, little one? What are you looking for? Alright, strong silent type. I respect that. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll take the group into the obelisk, and wherever you want to go into the city from there, we should be good. We've got several hours of daylight. Most of the monsters kind of push back
don't really come up until the end, so should be no problem. Should be fine. Very very quick in and out. Look at the obelisk, and we'll go from there. As he leads you into the city, you notice there are a couple of...
Sorry, I just read what Rant said.
Oh.
Hot buzz.
Thank you, Rance. What? Okay, so as he leads you into the city, you notice that there are actually two other groups ahead of you. Oh, jeez. Oi! The hell's going on? We're trying to get to the obelisk. The guard in the front group looks back. All right. Look, I've got my group. I've got special permission from the magistrate to take them up first. You gotta wait, mate. Oh, that's not acceptable. I was told there was no other groups going to the obelisk today. It was just mine. Well. Who told you that? The invisible cunt. Look, I told you my group goes first and you've got to wait. Fine. He turns to each of you. Alright, you lot. We gotta wait here a little bit longer. If you want to investigate this general area, feel free. I think there's some of the weird vegetation over there if you're wanting to look at it, and you can survey the blast damage or whatever if you prefer.
Okay, I'm going to immediately go after the vegetation.
Alright. Roll an investigation check for me.
Investigation, okay. Fuck.
So as you look around, you're just mostly finding like broken stones, broken wood. You're not really seeing any sort of actual vegetation as you're looking around. So it looks like maybe the guy didn't exactly know what he was talking about, or you would have to go deeper into the city.
What's everyone else doing?
Can I look to see if there's any runes or possible broken mystical objects in the road?
Yeah, roll an Arcana check for me. That's a great question. I believe it is your intelligence.
So 16?
Mm-hmm. Okay. You notice that there's a particular piece of stone that you investigate, and it doesn't look like the pieces around it. All the stone that's surrounding the floor of the city is kind of like a lighter gray. This is a very dark, almost onyx-like piece of stone, and it seems to have kind of like a strange property about it. You can't quite put your finger on it. As you hold it in your hand, you acknowledge and you see that you're holding it in your hand, but at the same time, it feels like you're holding nothing.
I'll take it.
All right. Aeon, anything that you'd like to investigate? Would you like to commune with any spirits or anything?
Yes, well, you see, this is part of the ask of how many beings I can learn from that have been slain up to this obelisk. I want to communicate, see what I can learn from what they failed, obviously, to do. Staying alive, very important.
Okay, so I know... Hold on, let me... Because your role is a very interesting role. Okay, so roll a d12 for me. And we will see who you commune with. Thank you, Rude Pants, for that follow. Okay. What is your preferred method of communication, by the way? What do you use?
As in the convalescence, as in how am I
Yeah,
communicating?
yeah. Or do you use tarot cards? Do you have a particular instrument that you use? Do you use a skull?
I do have a drum on my person.
Okay, so we'll go with that. You
Little drummer boy.
He wants to talk to Ghost Parum Pum. He bangs on the drum to see what he can know. Parum pum pum pum. Parum pum pum pum. As he slowly drums out, humming a tune, his eyes kind of roll. You notice Aeon's eyes roll back into his head. Aeon, you feel something reaching across the veil, something incomprehensible from beyond the stars. A voice whispers into your head, "What do you seek?"
I seek the knowledge of what has come before me. I need to know what slayed you in your quest to reach the obelisk.
I feel the presence of the obelisk eternal. It exists, and yet it does not. It has driven me to the brink, to the edge. It exists, and yet it does not.
It's so cryptic. What was your who were you in life? Why were you here?
I was here, and yet I was not. One moment, I felt nothing. In the next, blinding pain. No longer do I feel. No longer do I see. I am trapped. I am trapped between.
You're speaking riddles, sir. Are you sure that you're not trapped within the Labour Party? Sounds like you have alternate initiatives.
I am not a liberal Democrat. Whom do I speak?
The with didn't quite come through.
Who?
With whom you speak.
With whom do I speak?
There you go.
You speak with Aeon, a man who does not speak in riddles. I speak straightforward Queen's English, sir, and you confuse me with your mystical speak.
I do not have your answers that you seek. I know that in one moment I was not here, and then I was, and now I am no longer. I want you to roll a d20 for me to try and continue your connection.
Let me do that. Ah. 4.
The voice in your head fades. But as it fades, it says one more thing. Tarak, the wise, is who you seek. And with that, the voice leaves your head.
Though at this point, all other party members are here, there, and everywhere.
Everybody's still immediately around you. You see Video looking. He's kind of like turning over rubble. Aegon is
Digging.
Yeah, digging. He's. Are you just like literally digging a hole?
Yeah, looking for roots and stuff.
Aegon is kind of looking at this strange rock that she's found. Talon, what are you doing?
I'm just surveying the local area, looking for any tunnels, any places that would be refuge, and checking out what the wildlife are doing, seeing where they're going, what they're bringing with them, that kind of idea.
Okay,
So,
go ahead and roll an
just looking.
investigation check for me then, so you can kind of see what you're seeing before Aeon lets everyone know what he's found. Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20. First natural 20 of the campaign.
Hey.
I don't know
Yay.
what that means. Yay.
It's
Really good.
It's really, really good. Okay, so Siad looks very familiar to other major cities that you've seen. Like, even though if you've never been here before, everything seems familiar. You know, the layout of everything, kind of the geography of the city itself, just feels familiar. As you're kind of looking, even though there's a lot of damage, obviously, you're able to make out where roads were leading. More importantly, you notice there is a large grate, probably 30 feet from you. And you see a rather large fat rat kind of making his way into the grate. And if just based on a hunch, you feel like that grate would be a direct line to the center of the city.
I got a group of fellow people. Sorry. I think that there might be something over here. I think that maybe there might be something over here. If you guys would like to check it out, I see something over here.
All right. And Aeon, you can, if you choose to share your communion with the other side, you may.
What if I choose to keep the information to myself for now?
Perfectly fine. You may also do that.
So I may.
All right.
Before I follow, I don't know anybody's name, do I?
You when you guys were grouped together, you registered with the magistrate, so you've all heard each other's names. Yeah, you know each other's names because
Okay.
when you first came into the tavern, into the Drunken Fish, they grouped you and you kind of were like you don't have like the little things on your chest that's like, hi, hello, my name is, or anything, but you do know
My
each
name's
other's names.
Pedito.
Yeah, no. You do know each other's names. Maybe don't necessarily know a ton about one another, but you do know each other's names.
Okay. Before I follow Towin, though, I want to cast locate animals or plants, and I
Okay.
want to try and locate plants,
All right, go right ahead.
if that's okay.
Yeah.
So the spell says to describe or name a specific kind of beast or plant. Is the description that the guard gave me sufficient for that?
Yeah. He described a very strange vine, essentially, but yeah.
Okay, so within 5 miles, I can detect that plant.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's say we moved.
Why did everybody just move?
Yeah, something. That was weird.
Hold on. I wonder if. Oh no. Why did everybody?
VO broke it.
I wonder if he turned on his. Hold on. I don't have. That's fine. I'll fix it momentarily. That's really weird. Because all I got to do is essentially just move the names. Anyway, hold on.
There's something wrong with this place. We all changed identities.
Oh no, I don't know how to speak British.
Isn't Canada part of the Commonwealth though?
Just in what's it called? like tradition kind of sense.
Okay. You're like, those guys.
Like we asked the governor general, who asked the queen, blah blah blah, but there's no way they would say no.
That makes sense. Okay. So yes, Biddy, you can you can definitely do that.
Okay. I cast it. Do I find anything?
You do. Probably 10, 12 feet from you, you see a vine kind of trapped within the rubble. It's coming out, and it looks very odd from this distance. You've come across several sort of plants and vines within your time. This one has a very strange color. It's a vibrant green, but almost like a pulsing light is around it. It's very strange.
Okay. So I'm gonna catalog it, like in my journal, like draw a quick sketch of it, write down any physical properties I see, and then I'm going to cast a cantrip and produce flame and set it on fire.
Okay.
And see what happens.
As the flame engulfs it, the flame seems to surround it as opposed to specifically set it on fire, almost as it's a small force field around it catches flame, and in an instant it's gone. There's no ash, there's no example that it existed or that you were holding a vine, but at the same time you still feel it in your hand. You feel as if you're holding a vine, but there's nothing there.
Oh, that's neat. Okay. So, I mean, I document all that, and then I stick the thing that I feel that's there but not into the satchel.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Okay.
Then I follow Towan.
Okay.
Can I make a nature check on it? Like, anything I've ever heard of before?
Absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll me one.
Okay.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Would it be nature? Do you want a different check?
No, it'd definitely be nature.
Cool.
So it looks. You're not a native of Arcadia, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it looks similar to some other vines that you've seen before. It looks very similar to vines that would be found in more of a lush jungle-like area, which Siad is not. Siad is more like a coniferous forest. So very tall trees, moss, things of that nature. But this particular vine is one that you would probably find in more humid and jungle-like climates. So it certainly seems like it's very out of place.
Is there anyone near me? Any of the group?
I don't know, where you guys at? I mean, they're within earshot. They're close. They're not like right next to you or anything.
I want to call out to the nearest one. I want to see if they can feel the vine that's there, but not if I put it in their hands.
Okay.
So whoever wants to be my guinea pig.
I'll be your guinea pig.
Okay. So I bring it over to the little halfling shadow thing, and can she feel it? Or does she?
She can. She feels that you've handed her something, but she sees nothing. And then, a few moments after she's obviously feels that she is holding something, the vine appears.
Oh. So I'm going to cast Produce Flame again on it and see if it does the same thing.
Let me drop it first.
No, before she can drop it, I just set it on fire because I'm intrigued.
Okay. You cast Produce Flame. This time the vine erupts into flame. Good. And Talon just...
And there are ashes?
Some. There are some ashes, but not as many as there should be for a vine of that size.
Okay, I want to collect the ashes and put it in the bag.
All right.
You have
And I
to
tell
just go off
Towan,
my
you were
quote.
saying?
You have to dust the ashes off my cloak.
I guess I dust her off.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I put it into the bag. I try to collect as many as I
Oh,
can.
so you're
Yeah.
It's less to help her, more for science.
nice. Okay, exactly for science.
Science.
Okay, Aegon and Aeon, what are you guys wanting to do then?
Oh, we were looking at.
A storm drain or something, right?
Yes.
Okay. So after witnessing the small fire hazard, I go back over to the storm drain and I cast my cantrip Dazzling Lights down in it to see if anything appears.
As you cast Dazzling Lights, you notice that
Not that I really need to, because I have dark. Not that I need to, because I have like super fucking dark vision.
oh yeah.
It's a cantrip, so why not?
When you cast it, it illuminates, and your good friend Aeon, who does not have dark vision because he's a human, so he just sees like regular things, is able to now see that there are actually a nice set of stairs that lead down under the grate. This looks to be something that would have maybe been used as a way to repair certain things in the city. So there are a set of stairs that lead down.
Certainly a
these
set of
go-
stairs that we should explore.
Yeah, I think these go probably in towards the center of the city. I betcha. Like most cities, it's access channel. That's my guess. Who wants to go first? I'll go first.
Great, and try to.
Oh yeah, see who can open it. Who's got the muscles? Maybe we could lever it open.
Can I try to like wedge my staff in and off the storm?
The fancy skills.
Oh.
I can't hear anything.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
there we go.
Yeah.
I
Oh well.
was like, is it me?
Actually. Strength. Oh, that's not plus anything.
You kind of wedge your staff, and you're like, and it kind of moves a little bit, but it boom makes a really loud clanging noise as it slams back down. The guard who was escorting you snaps his head over. Oi! What the hell are you doing over there?
Tripped.
All right. Look. It's fine. All right. Look, I know you're getting a bit impatient. The second group is just setting off to the obelisk. Shouldn't be much longer now. I don't know. Play with the rocks or something. Jesus. He pulls out a small pipe and lights it. Begins to start having a smoke.
Can I find any more vines?
Roll another nature check for me.
Sorry.
You don't see any more vines. Yeah. Just
cool.
Seems like that was the only one. You do notice that there are some strange imprints on some of the sides of the buildings that have that look like leaves are imprinted into the stone, almost like they're kind of engraved in. So you do notice that.
Like are they like embossed or are they like raised?
They are raised. Not from a decorative standpoint, though. Like, it's clear that it's not decoration, but it does look odd. Like, you see it raised on the side of the building, but it's like it shouldn't be there. You can roll an investigation check if you would like to look at it further.
Okay, I want to try and like get my spear and try to like kind of pry it off.
Yeah.
Like, see if I can slip the... And roll an investigation, you said?
Yeah.
Cool.
So as you stick your spear into it, you notice some green juice kind of comes out of what appears to be solid stone. Like you would cut any leaf and see, the juice and the water come out. That's what happens as you begin to pry it. As you pull it off, it changes from, gray stone into a lush, vibrant leaf, almost like a banana leaf.
Smoke it.
How big is it?
It's
Smoke it. I might actually. Just give me a second.
It's probably it's only 6 inches, but it's pretty thick. So.
Well, I mean, I'm 2'5", so that's pretty big to me.
Size doesn't matter. It's got some girth to it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Perfect. Can I set it on fire?
Go right ahead. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on the ground, produce flame, see what happens.
Okay. Again, similar thing with the vine. You notice that the flame kind of forms like it's surrounding it as opposed to engulfing it. And as you set it on the ground, it returns to this grayish look and blends in a little bit more with the cobblestone ground.
That's so neat. So it's not invisible like the other one was?
It's not invisible. It seems to blend into the ground, though. And as you touch it now, you notice that it feels like broken stone as opposed to a leaf.
So what happens if I pick it back up?
Go right ahead. You pick up the shards of just broken shellstone.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. I'm going to write it all down. I don't know what any of it means, but I'm writing it all down.
Aeon, is there anything that you would like to do?
I would like to speak to the guard for one moment.
Sure.
So as I walk up to the guard and I see him smoking, I ask him, "Hey guard, I don't know whether you can answer this question for me, but there's no chance that you would have heard of a man called Tarek the Wise, would you?"
Tarek the Wise? Yeah. He's one of the chosen who slayed Tiamat. Oh, there we go. He's one of the chosen that slayed Tiamat 150 years ago. He's on the council here of he was on the council here in Siad. Nobody's seen him since the shattering. Everybody assumes he's dead. But yeah, he real powerful, smart wizard.
So you have no idea where we may find this man?
Well, last that we had seen him, he was in the center of the city in the tower. He was preparing the 150th celebration of the fall of Tiamat. I mean, most of us don't really remember who she was. None of us were alive. But Tarek, he supposedly he was the one who slayed the dragon. Him and Lord Galgalant.
Very handy. And one more question. I couldn't bum a smoke off you before I go.
Oh,
could I?
Well, have a little bit of a chuff. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Got a little right here. He hands you a small packet of tobacco.
Thank you so much.
I got an extra pipe if you need.
Oh, I don't smoke from another man's pipe, but I appreciate the offer.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. It shouldn't be too much longer now. If you guys appreciate your patience. And by the way, if you can have a cheeky word with the magistrate when we get back, let him know that that Bob took care of you.
You Bob.
Oh yeah.
It's so rude of me not to ask what your name was.
Oh no, it's fine. Most people don't. It's BOHB. Bob. Alan's face. He was like,
Maybe wear a name tag next time.
it's fine, it's fine. I see lots of groups of adventurers like you guys. Hey, wait a second. Where's your fifth guy? He was right here. He's a big black. He's gone.
Oh,
He went to pee.
yes. Did you see he's having his private moment?
Oh, look!
would want him
You don't want to wander off in the city. Like, I know that it's very dangerous. You better find your friend and make sure he's all right.
We will. You know, we can't let him wander too far. You know, danger and all that.
All right. Very well. As I said, if you put in a good word with the magistrate, it's definitely appreciated. Shouldn't be much longer now, and the group will come back and we can make our way forward.
Thank you.
Egan, is there anything that you would like to be doing? Do you want to investigate your strange rock?
I'm a little annoyed that I couldn't.
Get the grade up, and that he was rude about it. So I'm going to use my mage hand cantrip and try and get the grade up.
We can't hear you.
All right, go ahead.
Mage hand. I don't.
But you have to give it spirit fingers. Yeah.
So you kind of close your eyes, and these shadowy tendrils kind of emerge from under your cloak and reach out, grasping the grate, and it slowly lifts it up, opening it, and the top of the grate locks out as the hand lifts it up, and then the hand kind of dissipates into shadowy mist.
I don't even go down it. I'm just happy.
Okay, I got it open without happening.
Just kind of look at it like,
And you said there were more of those like leaves imprints on the wall, right?
Yeah, as you're looking at the wall, you notice it's very strange. It's almost like you would see the shadow from a very leafy tree cast onto the wall. That's what it looks like. Okay. But it's like the shadow is raised off.
So I wanna cast, just like start casting produce flame and like just stand like a little bit further back and just start throwing it at this thing. And just keep throwing fire at it and see what happens.
All right.
I just want to see what happens. Because everything else has been happening. So it seems like an organic thing, right?
Yeah. So as you begin producing flame from your hands, and as you start hucking it at the wall, different parts of this stone wall begin to boom cascade into large amounts of flame. Some of the flame bounces off onto the ground. A big flaming ball goes maybe a foot from Bob's head, and he goes, Jesus! Whoever that is, as he ducks to the side. Some of the wall begins to burst into beautiful flame as if you were to be setting dry tinder on fire. Some of it begins to smolder and smoke. Some of it is just bounces off like it's nothing. In an instant, you see this huge blazing bonfire, and then almost in a blink of an eye, it extinguishes. Another moment, it erupts again, and then it extinguishes. And then a rain of ash falls to the ground. And you notice that the wall is smooth again.
Huh. I'm gonna collect some of the ashes because I'm assuming it's a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a good bit. Bob has got a large pile of soot on the back of his head as he's basically like stomach down on the ground, hands over his head.
Water and stretch break.
Yeah, I'm gonna collect some of the ashes. Is that like, is any of it, is it like a different texture than normal ashes, or is it?
It
ashes?
is. It feels
Like-
very, very rough, almost like a gravel-like texture.
Can I taste it?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I'm gonna taste it. What's it taste like?
So it's very strange sensation. You've obviously tasted several plant ashes over the years, and there's callbacks to that. You taste it. It tastes like normal ash, yet at the same time, you have kind of this gritty dirt, but stone. So there's like kind of that saltiness that you would get if you were to lick a rock or a piece of stone or some salt. So it's hard to explain, but it's almost like you were experiencing both flavors at the same time. This experience of licking stone, but this experience of eating ash. It's hard. It's just strange. They both exist in your mouth at once.
That is.
It's not delicious at all. It tastes like shit. But
Well, I wouldn't think that would be.
Licking stone
Okay.
and sucking it.
So I want to keep, like, in a separate smaller pouch. Just keep like that away from all my other ashes that I collect.
all right.
Just like keep it to the side, sample.
So we have a water and stretch break. So I'm gonna give everybody a quick little $5 to stretch, get some water. I'm gonna take the dog out real fast, so we'll take like on that delicious note of enjoying some wonderful ash. And I believe our fifth should be joining us soon. So take a quick little $5, get a stretch, get a drink, chat. If you have any questions for any players, now's a great time to ask them about their characters. So be right back.
I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick then.
I'm gonna go let some blood flow to my ass.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay, I'm just gonna go for a little walk ski. I'll be back.
I love that wall
We need
behind
to get the cat crack. The cat is on my lap. There we go.
you.
Oh, that cat sort of embeds itself onto your lap.
Yeah, I can't let Moses be on my lap when I'm doing stuff because he's so large and he
Yeah.
is like he literally just becomes a part of you.
Yes. There is no escape. The claws. The claws.
No escape.
Gonna get a refill on my beverage.
Yeah. That's all good, Repants McGee. You can ask your questions anytime.
Yeah.
Never leave the tiny human and husbando out for us. Motley crew.
Why, hello.
Hey, there
Oh,
he is.
oh my God! It's a.
Hold
Hey,
on.
guys.
Oh wow, violence
Oh wow.
appears.
I hope it didn't fuck up all your.
You're sideways.
Oh, I might. Let me switch it. Let me switch it. Yo, that'll be good. There we go. I am using my phone at the moment because I'm in puppy sitting duty. So, so I literally have no fantasy grounds with me. So,
Okay, that's fine. I can actually do your rolls and stuff for you.
okay, I have my dice with me too, so I can
okay.
do them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had to. So I threw your character together.
Okay. Hey, that's perfect. I'll go back over later. Thank you so much for waiting with me. It was way more. Are you guys on stream at the moment?
Yeah, we are.
But we're on
Okay.
break.
But we're on a break.
It was way more of a shit show than I expected, literally and figuratively.
Literally.
And so right now I got home, let the puppy out. I just finished my dinner. So, like, I just got my dinner going. So I'm all set. Let me go grab my dice, and I'll be right here.
All right, I might need to actually change pants because I'm kind of cold, so I have shorts on, and I might need to put on pants.
Nick, change all of your pants. You guys look so good, by the way. Okay, Louis, one second. Let me go to that. You might hear the dog. I wonder if you guys can hear me still right now.
Oh yeah, we can definitely hear you.
Okay, that's because you're on my AirPods. There we go. Let's see what I gotta get here. What was I coming to get? Oh, my dice. That's right.
Oh yeah.
My dice.
Ooh.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for being so patient with me. It was an
buddy.
absolutely wild day. And originally I told my mom, I was like, I got to leave at 2. But it was just so much of an absolute cluster that it was so much of an absolute cluster that it would just require more attention. And Bob and I were there until almost 5. So.
Oh yeah, it's completely understandable. You gotta take care of your mom there, buddy. It's
I know, right?
Come
on, Ma.
Come on, Mom. The meatloaf.
Ma, stop filling up the share, Ma.
Mom, I gotta go
Is
play
that
video
bread?
games.
It is, sir.
Go ahead,
you?
Alan. Yeah, you're good, Alan. Don't worry.
Thank you.
I just saw your message. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, cool. But now we are a quintet.
We are indeed.
Quick question that I didn't get to ask you. And I kind of went based off of our conversation. So normally fighters would have their 2 best stats into strength and dexterity, but based off our conversation, I feel like your guy would have it into intelligence and either strength or dexterity. But which one, strength or dexterity?
I'm gonna say strength.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for being so patient with me. I'm so grateful.
What are you eating, sir?
I am eating stuffed peppers.
Rat roast?
Peppers.
Is rat.
Rat roast. Rat burger.
Rat. This is a rat.
Stuffed Skaven burger.
It's the best burger I've had in years.
It's great.
It's great. It's
So
great.
I hope you don't mind that I undignify your stream by being gross and eating. I will occasionally need to mute myself and tackle the dogs.
Oh yeah, you're fine. I'm actually doing your stats right now. So
oh my gosh, my man's got my back.
So you've got an 11, an 8, a 9, a 15, a 10, and a 12.
Ooh.
So you're 15. Where do you want to put that in?
Strength.
Okay. Your second highest stat is intelligence, I think you said you wanted?
Yes, 12 in intelligence would be wonderful.
Okay. And then...
an 11 was my...
Yeah, and then you've got an 11.
Let's do that in dexterity.
Okay. All right.
This is Dungeons and Dragons.
Hell
Give me a
yeah.
moment. Then what else? What else do I have?
So you got an 8 left, and you got a 10 left.
I'm gonna put the 8 in. I'm gonna put the 10 in wisdom and the 8 in charisma.
Okay.
Where did I get it?
Okay, cool. All right, got that taken care of.
Thank you.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody. Let's
Hello, everybody.
let's back at it now. Burgers, we are great. Welcome back. We will pick back up where we were, which was. Where were we? Oh yeah, so
As I just lean in to eat.
yeah, Biddy was chowing down on some tasty, but not tasty at all, rocks and such. As you see, Hopper is enjoying a bit of bone time, as it were. Strangely, as you all are kind of standing around doing your thing and investigating everything, a man is now standing there who wasn't standing there before. A man that Aeon recognizes, having met him before, having arrived at the tavern with him, but then suddenly his friend was gone, now stands before you again.
Oh. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Must have been blind not to see you before you sort of mold into the shadows.
I've been around. I've
heard that about you.
I have been. What a strange day. What strange weather.
Difficult to start a conversation about the weather.
So did I miss anything?
Oh, just the usual quest stuff. It's rather tedious. I was having a conversation with a lovely man named Bob. We were having a fantastic conversation with the magistrate. I was discussing to him about his political views, completely wrong, of course, as always. And now we are going towards this obelisk. Quite the mission that we have. But between you and me, I may have learned some information that I'm not quite willing to share with the rest of these unknowns as of yet.
Would you like to write it down for me? I know that you've got quite a way with words.
Write it down. Oh, just in case you think that people are overhearing our conversation.
Of course, why not?
These people are very self-involved. let me just clarify. You've got a man over here looking at his greenery. You've got a woman that whisks around in the shadows, and then you've got somebody who's just opened a gate and feels very self-satisfied. Let me be honest with you. I don't really care so much about what we're talking about, but don't worry. I will write it down for your sake, so just in case you forget.
Make sure to skip every other line. Skip every other line for me, please, when you read it.
Do you have a pen and paper? I'm without one.
I might. Do I have a pen and paper? I would imagine.
Yeah. You have a little notebook with all sorts of numbers and scribbles and things like that.
Okay. There you go. And can I see everybody at the moment? I just literally popped in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it is. You were not there one moment. The next moment, you were standing there. You can see everybody. They've not necessarily looked up from what they're doing. Like, Egan is still staring at the grate, kind of like with a proud sensibility about her. Biddy is like kind of trying to figure out, and Talon is looking around for that rat. So everybody's kind of just like standing around, not aimlessly, but they're not super paying attention.
Hello, everyone. Are these compatriots? Are these our friends?
Yes, they're friends. Let's not go too far.
Thank you.
The word "friend" is quite a big word. We've just met these fellas. As you know from our long quest, I've documented you for quite a while.
So you write a song of these friends, right? You write a song of them as well.
A song. You know all too well. When I bang this drum, stuff happens. Okay.
That I do know.
I bring people out when I bang the drum. Okay, and a song is very special to me. Okay, little drummer boy that I am. The extended friendships. Okay, let's just work compatriots. Associates. Labour Party members for now, until we convert them over to our side. Okay, but I feel something to these guys. There's something going on. They might be faithful allies.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course.
The one skulking about in the shadows, is she reliable?
In terms of reliable, she seems resourceful. Like comes up with intuitive ideas. As in terms of finding another way in, not the way that we would, obviously, because we use our communication skills, obviously. But we try and go the letter of the law. Using the Queen's English, especially on my side. But trust is a thing that we may be able to build over time. Okay, but let's not give it away too quick. Because this place is apparently quite dangerous.
The one with the plants. What's his name?
The Bandito.
Bandito? Bandito?
My goodness, it's a problem with my diction, sir. You heard what I just said. Okay.
Perdita.
Do you like the communication abilities to ask these fellow compatriots what
No,
their names are?
I trust your judgment and the dark one.
And the dark one. Is it? It's just coming up with the own rhetoric. We're coming up with nicknames now, are we?
Well, I'm simply trying to be familiar. Introduce me. I'd like to know who they are, please, Aeon.
Introduce my goodness. So Aeon, if he may, he gets out his drum, not to song, not to sing, but just to bang it once, bang, so everyone turns around.
Yeah, you get to get everybody's attention. Yeah.
I'm shooting from the hip right here, right now. By the way, so I'm like, I got this.
But he's not banging on it all day, though. I mean, he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to play, but he's not going to bang on this thing all day, right?
Right.
No, he's going to bang on it once, okay, to gather people's attention and then use his hailing British voice, to bring the crowd around, if he may, if they want to come over and remind themselves of our fifth member, which has been there all the time, all along.
The entire time.
All right, the other the rest of you kind of hear Aeon just make this loud bang on his drum, and you all like instantly look to observe a young man standing there who was not there previously. You've never seen this man before in your life, and he's just kind of standing there, looking around at all of you, kind of like.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought I was sneaky.
No. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. And your name is?
Towen.
Towen. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
I'm
and
trying
I've
to
got
notice
a,
you.
I have a hammer at my waist, a small hammer, small hammer, and I just pat it a little bit.
Oh, that's a big hammer you got there,
Oh, thank you,
young man.
Thank you.
It's huge.
As,
Like my arm.
as you can tell, I've not got quite the muscles, so it's got to be a bit small. But speed is important. Speed is important.
Relatively speaking, to me, it's quite large.
Question of the character: who is smaller, a Bedito or a Towen?
Let's wrestle for it.
I believe Vedito is.
Bedito's 2'6".
Oh, I think you might be shorter then.
And like 43. No, he's 43 years old.
Yeah. So Bedito would be smaller because
Halflings are 3.5, I think.
Yeah.
The dog is pulling at the rug.
Yeah. So okay. So if you said 2'6" or 3'6".
2 foot. I put 2'5" on the character sheet.
Okay, so
pounds.
Talon is slightly taller because halflings are about 3 foot. Or Towen, excuse me. My bad. Yeah,
Towen.
So Towen is slightly taller.
But much better looking.
Find out that drow aren't like
Whoa.
Interesting. Nondescript. I'm nondescript and you're a cutie.
Yeah. Do I need to read my introduction again?
I did hear that.
He did hear it.
I was in the car when I heard it. I did hear everybody's introduction. Thank goodness.
Oh, I was just talking to Dulstick.
Oh.
Peter.
No, I'm not.
By the way,
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I feel a bit disoriented. So Tone, it's a pleasure to meet you. And and where do we come about these people again?
In the tavern.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Thank you, Tone. And see, you might as well replace jobs with this wonderful soul, because it's clear that she's done a better job than you have already. Am I right?
No.
Oh, I know we've made it strange, haven't we?
I'm going over
Well,
here.
I'll follow. I'll follow your lead. Act as though I'm not here. I should.
You hear all right, you know what? Now we're ready to move forward. Oh, I see your friend's back from relieving himself. I hope you found it to be very alright, very agreeable. Gotta say, bit dangerous to just wander off like that. Wouldn't recommend it, but here you are. Alright, we are now ready to head towards the obelisk.
Oh.
Let's go.
Walk, walk, walk.
As you begin to make your way, sorry.
Where's my? I need my coconuts.
Is the drummer like drumming to the beat as we walk?
Yes, Aeon's just standing in the back. As soon as you begin to make your way deeper into the city, the main road that you're walking on is leading you straight towards this large black obelisk that you can see in the center of the city. As you begin moving forward, you notice that the destruction is becoming more intense. The rubble is getting smaller and is just kind of in a few pieces of pebbles and things of that as you get closer and closer. You also notice the increase in vegetation seems to be coming specifically out from this obelisk. The vines are getting thicker and thicker, and you notice that there are a lot of strange tree roots as you're approaching, but you don't see any trees in sight at all. But all of this seems to be coming from the obelisk itself.
Are there any visible predictive angles in the obelisk, or is it uneven?
It is perfect. It is a perfect square.
Thank you. Also, if you hear noise in the background, I'm adjusting the dog's playpen because this is my life now.
Hey, I know exactly what you mean. I've been trying to calm mine for the past 20 minutes, and he now sits by my side as my faithful hound.
My hound.
Can I try to determine the nature of the obelisk?
Yeah.
Like if it's natural or aberration, or...
Yeah, go ahead and make a Arcana check for me. And Aegon, I want you to go ahead and roll 1, 2. Yeah, that is... Yeah, you got it. Ooh.
Cool.
Looks like
I'm good at this.
A bad roll.
Looks like a big goddamn obelisk. Oh, Aegon rolls a 22.
Ooh.
So, you've never seen anything like this before in your life. As you look at it, it pulsates with a strange power, almost one that's welcoming you, summoning you almost. You are able to make out some inscriptions on the obelisk. They're not carved in. They seem to be glowing and dancing lights on it. It doesn't seem like any of your party is able to notice this. But it's something that you're very familiar with your work with the Nocturnal Cabal. A lot of these symbols immediately jump out to you as planetary symbols, celestial body symbols. And they seem to be moving about the obelisk, dancing across it. From your work that you've done in the past, you recognize the great alignment that your cabal had been studying over the past few decades, where the planets would finally align. you recognize the symbols seem to be indicating something along those lines. So you're very familiar with these symbols. The obelisk itself doesn't appear to be made of any material that you're familiar with, but you are familiar with these symbols. Oh my.
Oh,
Look at the baby.
We are
Look at the
going-
baby.
baby.
Absolutely wild at the moment, so we're having a cuddle time.
That's perfectly acceptable. Look how sweet.
A little Scooby-Doo collar.
How you doing? You got poopy mouth, and so you're gonna lick me. The obelisk at a glance, if you don't mind, I'm sure you've probably described it before. What does it look like? Other than those, there's a specific color to it, height, things like that.
It's probably 35 feet in height. The stone itself, at a glance, looks to be like some sort of onyx. If you focus on it, though, it's obvious that it's not. It's almost, it's too dark to be onyx, if that makes sense. It's almost like if you stare at it too long, your eyes begin to play tricks on you. And even as you're staring at this thing, you feel as if it's absorbing you. It's absorbing the light around it. Nothing's passing through it. Nothing reflects off of it. Yet at the same time, it looks smooth.
And the would my being interested as Luda is in mathematics, can I do a perception roll for to find out angles, things like that?
Yeah, you go ahead and make. What would we call this? Let's call it a perception check. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Let me get my die out of here. What are you doing? What are you doing, Floppy? All right. 14.
Is a perception check always the die? The D20?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you would add in, well, I mean, with Fantasy Grounds you don't have to, but you would basically add in whatever bonuses you have from that. So what, perception is wisdom, which you have.
Wisdom.
Yeah, you have nothing, so you have 10.
So 14.
As you look at and you're checking for what again?
Specific angles. Just as can I tell exactly are there any 90-degree angles, for example?
You're pretty good.
Findub, thank you for that sub.
Welcome hey, Findub.
Welcome to Fox Sound, my friend. So as you're looking at it, it's quite perplexing. Because in one moment you look at it, it's a perfect square. Perfect 90-degree angles, sharp, beautiful. Then as you stare at it longer, it seems octagonal. And then it seems spherical. And then it seems as if it's a pyramid. And these are all moments as you... it's almost like it's moving before your eyes, yet it's not moving at all.
Gotcha.
You notice some symbols on it. Symbols you don't recognize, but they seem to be astrological in origin. Your knowledge of mathematics at least gives you that you're familiar with it, that it's something astrological, but you're not incredibly familiar with it.
Thank you.
Can I... how far away is the furthest route running from the obelisk?
So as you look at it, they are inches from the obelisk. They seem to be springing forth right from the ground at the base of the obelisk.
How far away are we from it?
At this point, you guys are 25, 30 feet. You're right next to it now. Bob is stopped and is starting to, direct you guys to investigate it if you wish.
I want to go. Can I go to the closest route and just produce flame and just touch it?
Yeah.
See what happens?
So as you walk up to the closest root, you notice that this tendril, as it sits on the ground in front of you, it also seems as it's moving and dancing. You set it aflame, and the fire just, again, circles around it. So moving slowly, engulfing it, yet not engulfing it, setting it ablaze, yet not. And then the fire dissipates, and the root still moves, dances, growing in more intense with with its greenery fading into a stone color, vibrantly intense again, and yet stone. All of these things happen, yet they seem to not happen. It's almost as your eyes are playing tricks on you.
Is there any wildlife around? Any vermin or anything like that?
Roll an investigation check or perception, excuse me. Yeah, roll a perception check for.
That's the D20 one.
Correct. Pretty good. You notice as you're looking around, there's some birds in the sky, but they seem to kind of be flying the wrong way. Like, you've seen flocks of birds, throughout your entire life fly, but it almost seems as if they are flying just off. Something's not right. You see a few rats scurrying about. As you watch them scurry, they disappear from your view and immediately reappear a few feet later. So they're there, but they're not there. You can't put your finger on it, but something's off.
So there is certainly, with this thing, then there is some evidence that in every way, shape, and form. Well, I'll actually just say it in character. I think we all knew, but everything about this seems terribly unnatural. As though it breaks rules.
So do monsters. And then
But even monsters adhere to laws, right?
yes.
They're dropped from a hello buddy. They're dropped from a high from a height, and if they haven't any wings, then they splat. Right? They must eat food to continue. There's something about this that seems unnatural. The angles change, and right. What are we doing? I right now have a dog behind me. Should we really be getting this close for this?
Well, it does seem to affect everything. You're right.
I'm still right at the base of it, right?
Yeah, you're a foot from the actual obelisk.
Okay. Can I cast? How many feet wide does it seem? Yeah.
From what you can determine, it's probably 25 foot at least in width. It's a big boy.
It's a big boy.
It's a big old boy.
Can I cast Flaming Sphere at the top of it to see if there's any, and direct the sphere to come down towards me?
At the peak of the obelisk and down.
Yeah. How tall is the obelisk? Everything seems tall to me, though. I don't know.
To you, really tall. It's like standing next to the Statue of Liberty. Like, it is. It's a fucking chongus.
Chongus.
It's a big old boy. But yeah, you absolutely can.
Yeah. So I want to try it as far up as I can with the sphere. I want to make it appear. Because it can. Go ahead.
So as you cast the flame, the peak of it, you see it kind of coming down. The flame itself almost forms a ring around the obelisk as it slowly comes down. About halfway down, you hear a large crack, almost that of thunder. And then the five of you are and then the five of you are no longer standing in the ruins of Siad. Suddenly, the five of you are standing in a dimly lit room, that of a chamber. There's some pillars around you. The floor itself looks to be of similar color and make of the obelisk. The torches, the sconces, glow with the same purple light of the figures that danced across it. And there's quiet. where you had previously heard wind, some birds, Bob, spelled Bohb, chattering about. It's all gone, replaced by silence.
Disapprove of that so much. So much.
Wait, the BOHB part?
Yeah. So Bob's not with us?
He's not there. It's just the 5 of you alone in a room.
Okay.
Even though
Interesting.
Aegon, you can see in the darkness, for some reason you can't see past the torches. So it's just the dimly lit light. Uh-oh. Do we have to go potty, sir?
What are you doing out here?
Hold on that moment.
Okay,
You guys think about your next moment. I have to go take my son out.
Take care, dog. I'm doing it too, so it's all good. Guys, puppies are insane.
Yeah, puppies are just chaos.
We're talking like just absolute chaos. I am right now. I am in the puppy pen. The puppy is not in the puppy pen. I'm trying to get the puppy in the puppy pen while not tearing at the rugs. And now I think I've defeated my own rule, which is if the damn puppy wants to be on the couch, I think I'm gonna let it happen. I think I'm gonna let it happen. But at least the puppy and the puppy and the cat seem to actually get along quite well. Not
Nice.
terrible,
Yeah,
not
good.
terribly. Not terribly friendly with one another, but they do seem to at least be compatriots in some regard. So is there? What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? Come on. Come here, pal. Let's go in here. This is mixed stream. We were playing. It's dog stream. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy.
Yeah, the other day, Hopper was laying on the couch in between us, and Moses was in my lap, and Moses walked on the dog to go to Mick,
Of course.
and Hopper was very shook.
It's like, wait, why would you walk on me? Come here.
They don't cuddle or anything, but Hopper is very afraid of
Yeah.
the cats.
Which is
So the fact that Moses was just like, whatever, just gonna step. He was like frozen.
What are you doing, puppy? Get over here. Come on. Well, now the puppy is on this. Not me. Come on, puppy. Let's go here. She's
So
actually, so she is super adorable. She has been a really, really good addition to our family. But hey, no. No. We don't do that. We don't do that. We're trying to eat a curtain now. All right, time to get back in the pen, buddy. Come here. Come on. Where's the treats? There we go. Hey, Demeter. This is what she got now while we're on break. You hear me walking around, taking care of the dog. Come here, Demeter. Come here, buddy.
How do you like the new setup, El?
Yeah, Al, I was gonna say, how do you like it? El, are you there?
He's bent over doing something.
El, what are you doing? Come here, Demeter.
Oh, what was that?
What was that?
I was eating jelly babies, my friend.
Oh,
Jelly
jelly
babies.
babies.
Jelly babies snowman. Yeah.
Oh, Christmas.
Come on.
Didn't want to
Yeah, it's
be
about that time.
chewing up all on stream. Yeah, that is. Yes, I am. That is part of my part of what I'm doing.
And if they were asking how you liking your new setup,
Yeah, how do you like your setup, buddy?
Oh yeah, it's good. As I said, it's all it is a new webcam and ring light. I mean, at the moment, because of England's lockdown, everything's just here, there, and everywhere.
I would say, is it
not even
super? Is stuff super expensive at the moment? Like here,
yeah.
webcams right now are pretty insane price wise.
It fluctuates, but it's also Black Friday coming.
Gotcha.
Range of Black Friday. So
Yes.
there's quite good deals on it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not even properly at home even at the moment.
Yeah.
It's because no one can do anything, no one can go anywhere.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, just a bit here, there, and everywhere. But no, it's good. I definitely enjoy this webcam and ring light more than my
It
paranormal
looks
activity before.
the
It's a
the
really
quality
nightmare.
looks really good.
It's like someone's gonna come up and do me like that. So, yeah, no, world of difference.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. I know.
I got a new secondary camera for when I'm do like painting streams because the old one I had just compared to the one I'm using right now for my face, it just looks like dog shit. So
That's what Bob.
I was like,
Bob does too. Bob had to get a
Yeah.
he had to get a new one
so
because the
Amazon that was like $20, and it's pretty good, but it's like super wide
yeah.
angle. So if I was using it, you'd be able to see like the whole room. Like it's wild.
Mine's like that. I don't like it.
I think you can
Yeah,
change.
it's like
I
too
think you
much.
can change that, can't you? In the settings.
If you adjust the
Robert.
aspect ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, chat. How are you?
Oh yeah. Hi everybody watching us having casual
Hey,
adult conversation.
casual, because you know what? Here's the thing. Most other people who play D&D, they sit there in a very cold and strange looking basement, surrounded by all of their nerd things, and all they do is talk about nerd things. We have dogs.
Alan, your dice just scared the crap out of me. I saw it fling on my other screen. I thought there was a bug. I was like, oh my god.
Just trying to get rid of all these shit rolls. What is happening?
Get them out. You can't do
Okay.
dice jail on fantasy grounds.
No, you can't.
All right.
So, did you guys hear what I said about the skills tab though?
No.
So, if you open your character sheet and go to the second tab on the right hand side, all your skills are there with the modifiers and everything. So you can click on the modifier and drag it over, and then it'll automatically calculate everything for you
See, Evan,
based on your stats and.
You've had a ton of experience with fantasy grounds.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it so
It
much.
is amazing. I didn't even see Mick come back. That was kind of scary.
Sorry. Boo. Okay. Nobody. He wants me
We took
to.
him on a long walk earlier today too, because I was like, we're gonna ignore you for a little bit,
No.
and no, he just wants more.
Hopper. No, sir. So, are we good?
We are, yes. So we're all inside of the obelisk area, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You're all inside of the obelisk. And as you all kind of stand looking at it. Hopper, stop. No, hey. No, sir. No. It'll take him a second, and then he'll be like, oh, okay.
We both got
Dungeons and Doggos.
we both got full moon dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so appropriate.
Oh, it is!
So chat can see it. Doggies.
I love your shirt.
So as you all stand in the center of this room, you hear a voice from the darkness. I was wondering when you would finally arrive.
Christopher Lee.
Can I would like. Sorry, Mick. You're gonna see me back and forth. I'm just.
You're
this dog
good,
is
dude.
Wild.
No, you're good. I understand completely.
The difference is
See, the difference is you're actually interacting while you're doing it, which is pretty amazing because we have not experienced that yet in a D&D group.
I would like to. So I want to snap my finger. Like I hear the voice, but I want to snap my fingers and see if the properties of the echo, like the audio echoes in the area, seem like how far away they might be.
Okay, as you do it, it just stops almost a few feet in front of you. Like it doesn't go out further.
Okay.
As you do this, the voice says, "In all our introductions, I've never seen you, my friend." With that, an older man steps from beyond the darkness. He wears robes similar to that of Aegon. He carries a large staff, again, similarly of Aegon. He's a human. He has a long white beard, long white hair, dark gray robes covered in strange symbols that none of you but Aegon recognize. I was wondering when you would arrive again. Although this time you seem to have brought with you a new friend. But where are my manners? Tarak the Wise, at your service.
Do I know this man?
Yeah, do we know the name Tarek?
You don't. Aeon recognizes it. Westerly recognizes it, but the rest of you don't.
Yeah.
Aegon, you recognize these robes as a older version of what the Nocturnal Cabal would wear. But this particular style that he is wearing hasn't been worn for centuries, but you're familiar with it. Now, I imagine you have questions, as you always have, in our... Oh, what is it now? 12 million meetings? 13 million? I've honestly lost count at this point.
Does he? I'm gonna lean over to Aeon and say, does he mean us?
I've never met this man before. As the note describes, I heard it from a guy, a person who is no longer of the living. He pointed. It was a reference from this person. I'm unaware of what they may tell. But Bob sort of helped us fill in the details here. But yes, he's talking to us.
I don't remember meeting him once in my life, let alone how many times?
Goodness me, when you were relieving yourself earlier, you must be relieving yourself of your memory.
I've not met him at all. Is there any? Could I do a perception check of any sort to see if I remember this guy?
Absolutely. You go ahead and roll a perception, because we don't have a memory check. So yeah, go to perception.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll here. Oh God.
Go ahead and re-roll.
What's? Yeah. Well, no, that's a dot or a 9.
Okay.
Thing.
You've never seen this man before in your life.
Oh, well, goodness. Well, now we know.
he leans on his staff a bit, cocks his head. Although I must say, I've never met your friend before. Tell me, young man, what is your name? And more importantly, what are you? Westerly.
Oh. What am I?
Yes.
I'm a mathematician, sir, and a hammer wielder. My name is Luda Westerly. I don't believe we've met before.
No, we haven't.
No.
Which I find odd. I've met all of your friends here, although they don't realize that I have, because I have not met them yet. Allow me to explain. Aegon, you are familiar with planetary alignment, yes? I know you are, for you are a part of my very own cabal that I founded over 2 centuries ago. That's right. I was the founder of the Nocturnal Cabal. It was through my research that the Cabal begins to exist, examining planetary alignment, understanding different planes of existence. It is my research that you and your brothers and sisters currently explore. It was my research that allowed us to find the way to defeat the Dwaragan Queen herself, Tiamat. You all seem slightly confused. Allow me to explain, as I have every single time we've done this. there is the world that you live in. However, there are other worlds in which you also exist. Alternate worlds, alternate planes of existence. For example, Aeon. I have met you more times and more variations and more versions of yourself than you can possibly imagine. Tawan. I've met a version of you that didn't lose your parents. I've met a version in which they lived and raised you to make you the happiest young woman that ever lived. Medio. I've met the version of you that has found all the answers you seek. Egan. I've met the version of you that was turned into a horrible spider monstrosity for crimes against Lolth herself. I have met multiple versions of you that you cannot even begin to imagine. But the one thing that I have never met is the four of you with your friend here, Mr. Westerly. I have never met a version of yourselves with him. And that perplexes me so.
He's talking about me.
Yes, my friend.
Do any of you remember meeting him at all?
Do we?
No.
None of you have met me yet. None of you have met me. As I said, when you evaluate the world, and the world that you know and the world that you have known, understand that there are many worlds with different possibilities, different versions of yourselves, and they always lead you here to me, in this obelisk, in this moment.
Do you know what happened to them?
If I tell you, I don't think you're going to like it.
Jeez.
Ominous.
Is that has
Do
to do
you know
something?
what happened?
Go for it.
Do you know what happened to the rest of my cabal?
Yes, I do. It's not so much as what happened. It's more of where happened.
Interesting.
So what about
Does
the
it-
plants? Where did those come from?
Always about the plants, isn't it? Well, the plants are from the version of Siad that destroyed the one that you came from. In another world, Siad was built in a jungle, not a coniferous forest. On the year of the 150th celebration of the Chosen's triumph over Tiamat, the shattering happened. No one understands it, but I do. Because I caused it. Well, inadvertently at least. The reason you see the plants as you do is because two planes of existence are simultaneously existing in the same place, in the same space. They cannot. I assume that you, of course, tried to light them aflame to find they turn to stone and yet back to plant.
Yes.
Well, it is because they are trying to exist in the same space at once, and they cannot. The very fabric of reality and existence is ripping apart moment by moment, day by day. This is my fault.
But that you can't have two things existing in the same spot at once. This is law.
Precisely. You cannot. And the very natural world is rebelling against that happening. Because you cannot. I have created what is natural law to be unnatural. These two planes cannot exist in the same moment together. So therefore they are destroying one another, both trying to exist in the same moment in time, in the same place in time. But they are fighting. They are destroying one another. The shattering was simply the beginning of this. Over the next few months, more areas of Arcadia will experience this. From there, the lands outside of Arcadia will experience this, until eventually, this world will cease to be. Everything you know, everything you have seen, everything you love, will cease to be. Will cease to exist.
And that, I'm sorry. In response to that, Luda is just sort of going to look at the ground, and start running through a series of algorithms and numbers orders in his head, and that's it. And just whispering them back and forth to himself. That's all.
Okay. Aeon, I'm sure you've wondered who you commune with. Who do you speak to? In some cases, these are spirits from the beyond, souls that have crossed over into the next dimension. In others, you speak to individuals from another plane of existence. Aegon, you should be familiar with this, as you draw your very power from Shadowfell, the plane of shadows, yes?
Yes.
That is what is happening here. Two planes that existed parallel from one another now exist in the same space. They cannot do this, and it is destroying everything. The fabric of reality as you know it would no longer exist. I've said I've met you so many times because we've had the same conversation so many times. As you all, the four of you, inevitably end up right here. But you have never had Mr. Westerly with you.
I'm going to stop repeating the numbers and just ask if we've ever met you before, or if they've ever met you before. What happens afterwards?
A choice was made. A choice to right a wrong I did long ago. When we defeated Tiamat, we were not strong enough. There was no way that we could stop the dragon from destroying this world, this land. So I made a deal. I invoked very powerful and ancient magics to figure out how to remove Tiamat from existence. Everyone knows of the fall. They assumed that Galgalant rose up and slayed the dragon with his blade. That is not so. I removed her from this plane and placed her in another, where another Tiamat existed, creating a paradox. There is only one Dragon Queen who can exist on one plane. Since that happened, it has destroyed everything. And for 150 years, in this world's time, I have been able to stave off destruction. I have no longer been able to save this world. Time has caught up with everything. Past, present, future, it is all collapsing on itself. Because of the mistake I made trying to save this world, and by doing so, I have damned every existence. Unless you can right it, and you can stop me.
Wouldn't we be able to just kill him?
If it were that simple. I wish it were. If I could give my own life to reverse this, I would. But unfortunately, I am damned to eternal life here in the obelisk.
Dark Elf.
So you're like,
Drow.
And we're being particular.
We tend to be.
Um, uh, you're familiar with what he is, with where he comes from, with his origin?
On a very loose, high level, yes, I suppose it was possible. Everything he just said.
Sorry, I
I
haven't
don't
played. I didn't mean to interrupt
know what to make of it yet. It's definitely a path that we were on, but nothing I really thought was possible yet. Maybe
What
in
do you
my
mean?
lifetime.
What do you mean a path you were on?
The studies of my cabal,
And what studies were these?
mostly astrological events, seeing how things aligned, disaligned. But he is obviously gone against those laws and rules that we've not so much manipulated, but used to our advantage as sorcerers. How did you even think to remove something from existence?
Rules were made to be broken, after all. I admit it was complicated and complex, and I communed with forces that I should not have. I made deals, I made bargains, I sold souls, specifically the souls of my brothers in arms. Galgalant should not have had the life that he did, but I sold his soul to give it to him. Unbeknownst to him, of course. I felt if I sacrificed us as true heroes should, that we could stop Tiamat and stop her destruction, I was ready to give anything and everything to do so. I was wrong.
very wrong. Destruction is necessary for new growth.
Yes. And in the timeless moments I spend here, I realize that now. But I was a much younger, brasher man then. The thought of losing everything I knew and loved frightened me. The thought that people would not grow, would not continue to live and expand their life because they would be destroyed by the Dragon Queen, it vexed me. So I made the choices that I did. I have sent you 4 to stop me. And every time, it's never worked. But maybe this time it could. Perhaps this time it could be different. In all my calculations and all my understanding, I've never accounted for a 5th.
But we were told we needed a 5th to be present.
Yes. Typically, it's always been a common guard. A man named Bob. A fool. But never you.
But I'm just a common guard kind of guy.
There's something I can't place about you. Something interesting.
Well, thank you. I already like this fellow.
It's...
Does he seem trustworthy, Nick? Do I trust him? Like, can I insight check him?
Yeah, go ahead. Do an insight check. It seems that everything he's telling you is true. There doesn't seem to be any sort of deception. There doesn't seem as if he's holding anything back. And he seems very tired. And very desperate.
How did we get here?
Well, it's because of you. When you cast your spell, I knew that it was time. I knew that another iteration had arrived. Although, admittedly, the original iteration was not what I expected. The world you came from is the world I called home. It feels like forever ago. So I didn't expect that. But here you are. My saviors.
Not very good saviors if we're still here.
Seems like pretty good odds if it's infinite and we're at 13 million, so.
I like the way she thinks. But even that seems impossible. We need to have we would have needed to live, well, you would have needed to live thousands of lives for that to happen. Even this moment, 13 million of them wrapped over would have been far more than a single lifetime.
Time doesn't quite work in that regard. For example, I have been here for millennia, and yet they tell you it's been a few weeks. Time is not quite so linear and simple. There are moments in which you exist in another plane, and where you won't be born for hundreds of years, but you do exist, and you will exist, and in that moment you will find yourself here. One day, you will all find yourselves here. It is infinite and complex, and to be quite honest, none of it really makes any sense. It's time.
It's a Jeremy Bearimy, really.
It's sort of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Only real Doctor Who fans know.
Yep. Then, are you an ally or an enemy of us? And why am I here? Why is it made different by me? I have no interest in being here present in that, for having that placed on my shoulders in any regard. Eon, you didn't tell me about this. This wasn't part of the deal.
Oh, I was as flabbergasted as you, sir. Let me tell you. Otherwise, you would have my inside source absolutely hand on heart. Queen and country, would I tell you? If I knew such information. But this man, he talks of other selves. I mean, I just don't know. He speaks in riddles. He does. I would have told you. Don't worry.
Yes, I believe we're all surprised. You can tell by the look on my face. Nobody.
So what do we do from here?
Yeah, are you an ally or enemy?
I am an ally. I am the one who will send you to try and make this right.
Although I disagree with what you've done, I trust you. There's no way you could falsify those symbols.
What do the symbols look like? Can I just look at them and be like, hey, like what are they? Are they? I believe you said that only.
She knows what they mean, but they are astrological in origin.
Okay, so like I can find out like if it's going to be a good month for me or not, right?
Basically, yeah. You can figure out if what's in retrograde and things of that nature.
Numbers.
If Mercury's in Gatorade.
Mercury's in Gatorade. Get that Gatorade out of here. What would what would they all do after this then? Each time in the past, we must have made the same mistake over and over. They must have made the same mistake over and over. What happened to Bob each time? BOHB. What happened to Bob? What happened to Bob each time?
Which time?
What happened to Bob each time?
Inevitably, you all die.
I don't like this.
None of you have succeeded, but yet they have never had you. You, my friend, are the unknown variable, and therefore would present an unknown result.
But all
May I ask a question? Just to speak over Wesley. Just to ask.
Did you just call me Wesley?
Hey, look, it's late in the day. Okay, to respect that time is relative, even in this continuum shift that we're talking about. Okay, the mind fuzzles over time the later it gets on. But the main important question that I have is: was any of my former selves a fucking liberal Democrat? It's very important that they need to know so about trust. Because if that is the case, then I can see why we failed.
All of a sudden, I'm like,
There have been more liberal Democrats than you could imagine.
but each one is unique,
Several
like
who voted for Sir Jeremy of Corbyn.
But they're all unique, like little snowflakes, right?
Absolutely. There were several that could be described as bloody rapscallions.
Hell. If I'm the unknown variable, then I shouldn't be listening to this.
Well,
Because unknown variables don't exist. In the end, they're all known. They simply haven't been discovered as of yet. But in that case, then this would shape this. If this were an experiment in some regard, then this would shape the outcome.
I would simply look at you as, in a word, hope.
Oh goodness. Well, that's a lot to put on a man's shoulders, isn't it?
We're fucked.
Oh.
Just kidding.
I can do one thing, as I have offered millions of times. You can choose to say no. You can choose to walk away. Live your lives as you did, as you seek, until your reality inevitably comes crashing down on you. Or...
So...
Go ahead.
Oh, I'll let him finish, sorry.
Or you can try and fix what I broke.
Well, oh wise one, I personally will never let you down, never turn around and hurt you.
Am I allowed to fire Aeon?
Only if
we
you never
succeed-
say goodbye.
I am going to end up being quiet for a moment. I'm going over mathematics in my head, so
Yeah.
just keep that in mind.
Go ahead, Biddy.
Oh, Biddy. So if we succeed, what happens? Because it's multiple instances of the same reality, right? As he's saying.
Correct.
So what is the end result? What do you expect from this?
That reality.
In the
will
prevention of destruction, what are we gaining?
growth. New life and rebirth. Instead of ultimate destruction, you will gain new life, new possibilities. Things that have been unknown, things that have been unforeseen. Instead of the destruction of the seed when it is planted, it could grow into a tree. It could produce fruit. It could wither and age as it should. Not destroyed before it has ever grown.
We can break out of this loop.
Precisely.
Groundhog Day was overrated.
But Sir Bill Murray's performance was fantastic. Thank you.
He wasn't bad for a quadruped.
Yeah. So at this point, Luda is going to. He's not answering. Can I? At this point, this kind of stuff is going to be really difficult for him to accept the idea that there are like. So, is there some kind of role that I should be doing for his capacity to sort of understand this? Because this is literally counter to everything that he couldn't believe.
Go ahead. Make a Constitution roll.
Okay.
To see how you wrap your fucking brain around this.
Right, because this right now is like
His head explodes.
Yeah, 30 million times, but yeah. Oh, good. Oh, great. Well, I got a 3.
Oh,
So I'm sorry in advance.
He's gonna throw up.
Westerly just immediately vomits on himself because he cannot process this news. He's just sitting there and he gets a sickie and just you know. Well, that was certainly an unexpected turn of events.
I see why they call you our hope.
Right there. Right there.
I know this is difficult to understand, and it always has been. Every time. And I don't expect you to know now, in the moment, or to make your decision now. That wouldn't be fair. You have time. However, there will come a time when you must make a choice. I will give you that time to make your choice.
What will that choice be?
Either you will right the wrong, or you won't.
Right the wrong, or you won't. Right the wrong.
When I call you to make the choice, I will tell you what you must do. For now, I will return you to your time and allow you to think, allow you to grow, as I always have. And we will meet again.
I want an object of proof that we were here.
What would you like?
Anything.
Vomit.
Vomit.
God.
An object. An object in any sort of a note from you, a piece of this obelisk, anything, something to confirm that when we are out of here and that we continue forward, that this moment existed.
Very well. He moves his cloak to the side, and you notice that there is...
His penis is there. His penis.
And you notice this big, throbbing,
penis.
Veiny,
No.
8-inch, 5-inch in diameter,
Pringle can.
girthy Pringle can of a crystal in his chest.
Push the cube into my chest, Sam. Look, the first Transformers movie was a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
I'll fight
no.
anybody on that.
I really like that movie.
I like them.
Me too.
Sam Witwicky. Autobots roll out. Push that cube into my chest, Sam.
That's a very sexual moment, actually. Like, really? Really, Optimus? You want me to push this
I've
cube
never
in your-
been with a human like this before, Sam.
God. Off rails.
What is going on?
Off rails.
Damn it. Hold on.
Let's say 12 viewers in chat did not sign up for that.
Did not say.
It's almost one for L.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Tarak moves his cloak, and you notice that there is a crystal embedded into his chest, similar to that of the obelisk. He
Oh, it's red. Sorry.
he pulls a piece of it off. He holds it aloft, and in an instant, it's in Westerly's hand.
Cool.
Does this
Holding on to it.
suffice, Master Wesley?
And this won't go anywhere?
No.
How many times have you given this to Bob?
Sorry.
Bob
That sounds so funny.
typically isn't a little bitch and takes my word for it.
Fireboy, could you try to light this on fire and make sure nothing's going to happen to it?
Sure, I produce flame.
And it immediately gets sucked into the crystal.
Can I get a closer look at it?
Absolutely.
There you go. Have it. It's,
Oh, yeah, I
it's
guess-
yours.
I
Check it
guess
out.
I should
Check
ask
it out.
Is it similar at all to the one I picked up earlier?
No, this one's actually a little bit different. As you look at it, it seems as if it's not filled with knowledge only, but with truth. As you look at it, equations that you've considered, celestial charts that you've mapped, things that have bugged you for years, things that you feel you were just on the cusp of, you suddenly know the answer. You've suddenly seen how it works.
As you lift your glasses in curiosity. By the way, Hecate, your fucking makeup is on point.
Thank you. This is actually the first time I did like the full, and it came out pretty well. I did my ears literally like 30 minutes before, and I think I matched the color.
It's awesome.
Oh yeah.
This wig was like $15, and it is fabulous. Oh my goodness.
Mm,
Dollstick, are you wearing a wig, by the way?
yeah, man.
I knew it. It's awesome. I didn't realize you were. I thought it might have actually been your hair.
Those
No.
are L's actual muscles too, if you were wondering.
Yeah. El is here. He's like, I'm just gonna play some D&D.
Come on,
Well-
give us a cheeky flex.
I've never played this before, so obviously I have to get up the flex game. You know, because it's so hot.
Is it really that hot out there? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm. My God, heat. I know you only have a little bit of time left. Sorry, I didn't mean to get excited.
He went from 6 to midnight when you did that flex.
I did. It's like, ooh.
But-
I
I
know the difference.
know the differences. I say interesting. Put mine back in my pocket or satchel or whatever I have. I've not decided. And give it back to
Take it back.
a friend.
Wesley.
Hello, Wesley. Yes, Wesley
Ooh.
Willis.
And just kind of
Does anybody else want to look at this? It seems like it's been making the rounds. So, Fireboy,
I already did what I do.
I know you did your thing. Dark Elf, you did your thing. Toad, you want to check it out? Do you have anything you want to check it out with?
I just
Okay,
want to
here
look
you
at it.
Okay, I just want.
Oh, that looks like a crystal that was in someone's chest. There you go.
Thank you. Aeon, do you have anything you want to say about it? Write about it? Sing about it? Guess not. No,
Well,
I'll just
you
take
know,
this. Oh,
I'll take your word for it on this. I'll just document your findings and bring it back to you if you're wrong.
I'll put it.
I will tell you that it is not a liberal Democrat.
Oh, good.
The shock almost killed it.
All of a sudden, Discord was like, "Nope, don't feel like working at the moment."
That never happens with Discord. What the fuck?
Fucking Discord, I swear to God.
You guys, you poor bastards, have been dealing with so many different different challenges.
Does this
So when will you contact us?
in time? You have time to go and evaluate if you would say yes or no. I will contact you when the time is right. Go on your adventures, seek your knowledge, live your lives. But know in your heart if you are prepared to do what is necessary or not. We will meet again.
13 million times more.
I hope so.
Oh,
One day, we will no longer meet again. Because no one will meet. I hope you make the right decision. In a moment, you are standing in the ruins of Siad again, with Bob, spelled B-O-H-B,
HB.
standing there, chattering on. Why does that hurt so bad?
I hate it.
I've never.
It's like Bob.
Well,
There's no reason for the fucking H.
it's
It's just Bo.
the H is actually silent, so
Short for Bob.
It almost feels like
it's
it would've
short
been
for
better-
Barbara.
I thought your name was Mick, not Karen. But continue.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh man. You guys find yourself standing back in the ruins of Siad, and Westerly is still holding this small crystal in his hand.
I'm gonna find a good crystal. I want to find an object that is a crystal. Give me more. Oh, crystal. Cool. Got one. Okay. Got a crystal. How many sides does it have? Say 20. Say 20.
20.
Say 20.
It's 20-sided.
Awesome. And does each side have a marking on it?
It does, strangely enough.
And it
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
there it is.
Ooh, that's a big one. And it flashes.
It flashes when you hit a 20. I'll get really excited about it. I'm gonna start using this one actually. Cool. Okay. Cool. I've got it. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything about it actually that I would notice by like touching it, like angles, anything like that?
It feels angled, yet at the same time it feels smooth.
Okay.
As you hold it, Tarak's words echo in your brain. There will be a time where we meet again.
Cool, guys. I think he's gonna contact us through this crystal I asked for. You're welcome. Dog's whining. I think I let the dog out. I'm still on my earphones. You'll just hear me letting the dog out.
You're good.
Go on, pal. Come on, buddy. Let's go outside.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. I will totally do that.
Come on, buddy. Come on.
Wait, you call me Frodo?
I
Hey,
didn't.
hey.
Don't tempt me, Frodo. I'm
You
not.
did. You got called. You were called. You were called Frodo. You were called Frodo.
You offer me this.
Good God.
You were called Frodo. Because you are.
No, I need it back.
How would you
Let go.
spell it?
Frodo with an H.
F-R-O-T. Oh, God.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm outside with the dog.
I love
Sorry.
that this random NPC that I was like, I'll just call him this. And I was like, I'll throw an H in to be funny that you were like, fuck this dude. I hate this character more than life itself.
Does his name happen to have? Does his last name happen to be Design with an H in it somewhere?
No, not this one. Although there are umlauts over the H. And there's an apostrophe.
Why would an H?
And there's an apostrophe over one of the B's.
Why would the H have an umlaut? Good dog. Good dog.
I don't know. Bob comes from I don't know. The very special part of Arcadia.
Good dog. Good dog. Good dog.
I mean, my name's Megan, and there's 8 letters.
I was gonna say when I saw your name, Courtney, I was like, okay.
It's like, you're like
I like it, like Siobhan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Siobhan. Yeah, Siobhan. Siobhan. That was Supergirl's best friend in the comic.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, was that a yawn that I heard there?
Oh, I'm dying. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I know your sleep schedules are messed up.
Yeah, I haven't slept yet since yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Oh.
Well, we're about to wrap up anyway. So with that moment, you're standing back in the ruins of Siad. Bob's just chattering away. Well, I hope you guys find what you need. It's gonna be dark soon. We better head back. Did you guys did you find something interesting? Find what you're looking for?
I don't want to take the item and Bob, right?
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. You sure? Okay.
Yeah, he fucked things up for us. It seems
13 million times before,
13
right?
million times with Bob. That seems to be our one time. Let's not have Bob.
Okay. Bob, your services will no roll.
5 stars. 5 out of 5 Uber rating.
Oh, beautiful. You know, I always fancied myself an adventurer like you lot. If you ever needed someone to accompany you, I bet it's a sight better than being a guard. So you know, if you want, if you go on adventures,
I'd say stick with what you're doing.
Oh, well, yeah. Right. Understandable. Okay, well, we'll head back and hopefully you find something. Yeah. And as you make your way back out of the ruins, we will call this session right here.
Oh my god, that's so good.
So thank you for Mick. I'm gonna have you here. I'm putting the food in the bottle a lot. So this is by the way what I do on your stream is I just literally take care of my life thing. Here I am feeding the dog, and I do it in portrait, not in landscape. So,
which is appreciated. So players, stick around for a second. We got a couple of things to figure out. But chat, I hope you guys enjoyed our first session. We will be doing more of these. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you like it.
Thank you, Static Doom.
Yeah, thank you, Static Doom. Thanks everybody for.
Hey, is that Static Doom?
It is.
Hey, what's up, Static? How are you?
Thank you again to Polar D for the bits. Thank you, L, for the 5-month subscription at Tier 1, you cheeky bastard. Much love.
First in, my friend.
You know, thanks everybody for hanging out. Again, this one had a little bit of technical issues, had a little bit of life issues, but that's the way D&D going.
That's the way adult life goes.
Yeah, that's the way adult life goes. So we will be back next month. Stay tuned to all of our respective Twitters, because that's kind of where we'll put out the update. If you don't, follow these wonderful players who I am so happy to have play in this little sandbox that I've got. I'm going to...
Shout us out.
Yeah, I don't have a shout-out command because I suck.
If you no, you don't. You're good. Seriously, they're paying the butt. If you guys, yes, it is a Babolat. Have you ever seen one? So you put the food in it, and it's weighted on the bottom, so the dog can like play with it and knock the food out.
How's it spelled?
Bobalot.
Oh.
There are all of our wonderful players. I'll actually set up a shout-out command that I can...
Thank you, Mick.
Not suck.
Thank you,
so
Mick.
much.
So follow these wonderful folks. They've got a lot of wonderful things going on. And I'll take the moment now to let each one of them kind of talk about what they got going on. Starting with Violence. Go!
Oh, hey, so tomorrow, as long, I am going to be talking. We're doing a sort of game theory conversation stream with myself and Grammatically Correct, talking about BioShock and seeing how it's held up after 13 years. So I think that's really exciting. I'm not doing my usual Tuesday and Thursday stream. It's going to fuck that up hard, but I'll be on his stream with him. So that was about it. You guys good there?
Cool. Ebb and Flight, what you got going on?
Lots. SpongeBob watch-alongs starting weekly soon.
Yes.
Can I announce the co-host? Is the co-host comfortable with that? Yeah, Elle is going to be my co-host.
That's exciting!
So come watch us as we have... We're doing childhood cartoons, but SpongeBob is the starting one, and I have a whole theme made out. It's so exciting.
That is awesome.
And then we're doing another thing, and then I'm going to start Beyond Two Souls here soon, another story-based thing, and then the Ebb and Flight Collective will be out by the end of this week.
Awesome.
Part 2. So,
yay!
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Elle, what do you have going on?
Well, good stuff. One, thank you for having this D&D session and campaign. Much appreciated. You're
Absolutely.
a fantastic DM, as always. Technical difficulties or no, sculpting us, made us interested. Second of all, the new fellas. So we've just completed Strange Brigade finally, a long-ass multiplayer game it seemed.
How was that, by the way?
Yeah, it was a bit of a slog.
Okay.
There was definitely a lot that happened during the streams. I reckon with 4 players it would have been better than 2. But it's like any experience, more is better. But yeah, we're gonna start playing through a bit late to the Halloween party, but better than Christmas. Resident Evil 6 on
Awesome.
Monday, which is gonna be
Exciting.
interesting.
I've never seen
And then
6.
breaking that up. Yeah, well, Resident Evil 6. So obviously mixed opinions on that, but then start playing some Escapist as well. We're just sort of like trolling for some multiplayer games. So yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's very exciting. Of course, we will sweat in the lab at some point as well, which is always good.
Oh yes, sweat in the lab. It's been too long, and since I've thrown you from bell to bell.
It's true. Dollsteak, you typically do not stream, but what do you have going on? Anything at all, or you're just...
No, I'm just enjoying all the content that you guys create, and Shadowlands comes out Monday or Tuesday.
Yes.
So
I like how none of us know the
back
exact
and wow.
date.
It's Tuesday. It's
Tuesday,
the
okay.
27th, or is that right? I don't know.
There's a
I
reason
don't
I'm
know.
not streaming
I don't know.
early
I
this
can't.
week.
I'm so out of the loop,
Yep, gotta get on
which
that.
is strange. Play it daily for years, and then right before Shadowlands comes out is when I need my break.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Hecate, what do you have going on? You have some stuff.
I'm gonna do something because I actually reached affiliate.
Yay!
So I got my emotes and my sub-ed is all up, and because I just slapped some shit out. So I'll probably play my first video game on stream because I don't have anything artsy in the pipeline right now, I don't think. So probably going to be the new Shantae game on Switch.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because I started playing Crypt of the Necrodancer, and I don't think I want to play that on stream because it's a little frustrating. It's fun, but woof. No,
Yeah,
especially not during push-up November. No.
Give Necrodancer the first like 5 hours before you play it on stream, because then it opens up and it suddenly becomes a lot easier when you start like getting more diamonds and shit.
Right, get like more hearts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I'll obviously do random art things as things inspire me, like this little bat guy I didn't do on stream, but I just did it because watch Mick Arcade so you can see me cosplay and stuff. Because Dungeons and Dragons and stuff gives me a reason to buy random wigs and take advantage of Spirit Halloween clearance sales.
Yes.
So, yeah, follow my channel, art, video games, chill vibes, chatting. Dollsteak is there because I've spent hours with just Dollsteak.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Dollsteak and Varg have been my stream companions.
Your buds.
Yeah. So yeah, you come and hang out and chat. I love discussing music and absurd things. So
And beer.
and beer. At some time in the future, I will be doing a co-stream with Shawnee Mnemonic. And we're going to call it Arts and Crafts, and we're going to talk about craft beer.
Oh, that's so cool.
Good one.
So yeah, big stuff for 2021.
Very exciting. Well, I do the same old bullshit that I always do. Right now, I'm doing Devil May Cry Legacy, still PlayStation 1 Legacy. Playing Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. We'll be doing more of this. I've got some voice acting streams in the pipeline, in the plan. I'm figuring that out. I don't know 100% what's going on with it, but I'll be doing some voice acting stuff more actively. There's a possibility. I know it's a holiday coming up this week, but we talked about it a little bit, thought about it a little bit. There's a possibility that Hecate and I will be playing Overcooked on Thursday. So if again, it's a holiday, but if you're not able to get together with your family or you're feeling bummed out just because of the current state of the world, at some point you can tune in to watch us play Overcooked and scream at each other about tomatoes and salads and bullshit.
Yeah. Come watch us chaotically scream about salads catching on fire.
Yes. So we will be doing that. At some point, we'll be finishing up Untitled Goose Game because we didn't finish it. Got pretty close. So we got that going on. We as a collective have to figure out when we're doing this next session, but it is at least going to be like once a month, maybe more, depending on schedules and all that kind of stuff, and time differences. But speaking of that, it is getting late, and we don't want to watch Elle turn into a pumpkin, and Dollstick needs to go to sleep. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this first step. Hopefully, in the future, I can make it a little bit smoother. I hope you guys liked it. And remember, does everybody know what to say when I sign off? We can't hear you, Rance. Your Paul. Yeah. I still can't hear you. Hold on. I'll put what it is in the chat, and then we'll all say it on 3 because I'm late. Rance, you still can't hear you.
I can hear him.
Oh, I can't hear him. Oh well. Oh, my desktop audio stopped working. That's cool. Okay, great. I can't hear any of you guys anymore because oh my god, it's Discord did this because Discord hates me. Hold on. Can I hear you now?
Hold on, I might do it like that.
Nope, I can't hear anybody. Okay, anyway.
Sorry.
I can't hear anybody because why not? But anyway, on 3, 1, 2, 3, never
be game over.